Hello everyone, it is I, Republic Studs, and welcome back to Ask the Stud episode 15, the series where I answer your questions, and we're going to get into it in just a second. But first, if you want to ask your own questions for Ask the Stud, then leave them down below. We're taking any questions. If you want to ask about the Book of Boba Fett, if you want to ask about life, if you want to ask about music, if you want to ask about anything LEGO related, then ask it down there. Let's go for 500 likes within the first 24 hours. And with that said, let's get into the first question from your Mon.
And you're ugly, just like your mum.
Okay, so this actually first question is just from Mon. What do you think will be the advent calendar for this year? This year being 2022. And I know this seems a little far off, but I would like to discuss this. Now, obviously, we do have confirmation of the advent calendar coming out in September of this year. It's a $45 set, so a $5 price hike. So hopefully they make up for that in some way, shape, or form. But now, I don't know for certain, but there's an idea I saw, and I absolutely love this idea. And basically, it is a combination of a Book of Boba Fett and a Bad Batch advent calendar. Now, obviously, this year we are still getting a bunch of shows like Andor and Ahsoka and possibly Obi-Wan. I'm not entirely sure when all of those are coming out. But it would be awesome to at least get Book of Boba and the Bad Batch advent calendar. And like I saw this great model made by my buddy Brick Yoda 555. It looks really cool. I'll show you guys pictures. It comes with it would be a great way to include characters and builds like Gonki and AZ from the Bad Batch. You could throw in an exclusive Omega in there. Maybe even that chef droid from the Book of Boba Fett. And of course, Boba Fett would probably be the Santa character. We have previously seen Jango Fett as Santa, so I think I'd love to see Boba as that too. And I think it would just be a great fun set to just get a Bad Batch / Book of Boba advent calendar. Quite frankly, I'd prefer a fully Bad Batch advent calendar, but hey, either one, I don't mind too much. But I don't think they could do a full advent calendar based solely off of the Book of Boba, just because it's all Tatooine and the builds would get very boring after a while. Or they could go back to the roots, which I don't mind either, where they just do a little bit of everything from Star Wars. I'm totally good with that too. Let's get into the next question. This next question comes from Brix. He says, will we get a Naboo Starfighter anytime soon? Now, that is a funny question that you asked. And following a little bit of a small minor spoiler alert for the Book of Boba Fett recent episode, so if you haven't watched that yet, watch that and then come back to this.
Whew, well, how was it?
Wizard.
But yeah, so first off, for those who don't know already, in the Book of Boba Fett, we did get a look at a new N1 Naboo Starfighter. They took the old one and they made it really shiny and silver. It looks great. As soon as I saw that, I went on Mercari and bought one. I was like, I don't own one. I'm getting one now. This is how I'm going to do it. And I got it, and the prices have been going up since then, so I'm glad I got it when I did. Got it for a decent price. But with that being said, do you think we'll see one in the future? Now, rumor has it there's going to be a $60 set, a $59.99 set, and it was heavily rumored to be Book of Boba Fett themed. And quite frankly, I do not know what else it could be from the Book of Boba Fett other than this particular ship. Literally, it could not be anything else. This would be it. Actually, recently, Brix on Instagram made a amazing design. He made like this beautiful one. It's just the silver starfighter. It comes with Mando. It comes with Peli, and it comes with pit droids. I don't think that would be the full figure selection. I think we'd probably see 3 figures. Maybe Fennec will be one of them. I don't know. We'll see what kind of role he has. Maybe Grogu will be thrown in because we might see him next episode, which hasn't been released yet as of recording this. But I will say it will be funny if that does end up being the set. Then how ironic would it be that the Slave 1 set is marketed as a Mandalorian set, but this particular Mandalorian Naboo Starfighter will be marketed as a Book of Boba Fett set. Either way, pending any crazy flagship characters or things showing up in the Book of Boba Fett, I am almost certain this is going to be the set that is filling that particular slot. So I think you could raise your hopes relatively high that that will be a set that comes out. Either way, moving into our next question, this is from XX Wolf King Wolf. He says, what is your favorite clone from your show, Clone Traders? Now, again, for those who don't know, I had a fantastic series on my channel last year called Clone Traders. Basically, it was a hybrid stop-motion series about clone troopers who betrayed the Republic. I have a huge attachment to this series. I absolutely loved doing it. I actually still have a little build from it. Here it is, actually. I used this as the set for their particular spaceship on that show, and it was absolutely great. I had a ton of fun making it. We have a full series video out. You can watch the entire season 1 and 2 animation clip. I'll leave a link up there. But yeah, so my favorite characters from that, first off, watch that whole series, then find out who my favorite is. Now, obviously, the character of Gary was great. He was the plain Phase 2 clone trooper. I loved him. He was great. Technically, Rico would be my favorite, although he's not exclusively a Clone Traders character per se. He's more of the Rico Lego Star Wars story character, which was another series, and they're all connected. But of course, everyone absolutely loved Captain Kermit.
Are you Tub?
Yeah.
That's a funny name.
Ow!
He was just the funniest dude, voiced by Cool Guy 9201, and I absolutely had so much fun with that particular character.
Aw, shall we?
That question was pure nostalgia. Now, let's get into the next question from Trojan073. Now, he asks, do you think that LEGO Star Wars fans have a bit much wishful thinking in terms of Clone Wars rumors? I feel every month there is a new Captain Rex Y-Wing leak, which is something I quite frankly can't see happening, though I'd love to be proven wrong. Now, first off, I think there's only been one I'm aware of, and this was an accidental leak from LEGO Club News, who now no longer exists, unfortunately. But yeah, he accidentally oofed a little bit, and all of a sudden, he was wrong about that. Someone gave him bad information who had given him good information in the past. Now, first off, I do just kind of want to analyze what LEGO fans think and about the percentages and likelihood of these things actually happening. So in terms of fans getting what we actually want, we have about a 20% chance of something resembling what we want actually getting made. And when it comes to like my set idea sets or pretty much everyone else's, we're all thinking, what sets has LEGO not done in a long time or not done at all that they could do? Unfortunately, LEGO does not think this way. They think, which sets sold well in the past and which will make us the most money. Which is why we get so many re-releases of, say, X-Wings or TIE Fighters or AT-STs. So while we'll be very lucky every now and then to get a set that we would really want that we haven't seen in a while, it's very, very rare for us to be seeing that, specifically because we don't know the exact stats on what sells and what doesn't. And clearly the more generic sets like the X-Wings sell better. Now, let's say there is a situation where we do get a set we really want. Basically, LEGO kind of does it halfway and does it half. Now, you look at a set like a Final First Battle Pack. I obviously like the Final First Battle Pack, but they clearly were, trying to go for a certain way to extort more money out of that. They were including only 6 figures instead of 8 if they were going to do this whole thing where they do 2 battle packs in one. And it's the same exact price as 2 battle packs. The builds are alright, but the figures are alright, and it just feels like they're kind of, going halfway with that. They could have done way better with that set. 2 of the figures are droids. There aren't even a full 4 501st Troopers in the 501st Legion Clone Trooper sets. One of them is a Jetpack Trooper. And again, I love the set, but they could have done it better. They could have made it the $15 set. They could have put 4 501st Troopers in. So that's not anything what we really were looking for. And every now and then you do get gems like the Mandalorian Starfighter. I think it's a beautiful set that you get Bo-Katan, Gar Saxon, a figure I never thought we'd get in LEGO, as well as that Mandalorian Loyalist. And it's not a perfect set, but it's really, really good, and I'm really happy it happened. And those types of sets are extraordinarily rare that we get, but I'm happy to get them when we do get them. Bailey, are you trying to take my shoe? Come back here. Come back here. Where are you going with my shoe? Give that back. 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 Bailey. Shh. Got him. Give that back. Give that back. Oop. After that, we have a question from Weekly Brix, a frequent commenter. Do you think we could get any characters from the new LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga gameplay trailer in a set this summer? As my friend Django Fett put it,
Possibly.
in all seriousness, maybe, but it's very speculative, and we'll have to wait and see. Next up, we have a question from Mike and Nike Productions. He says, are you more excited when new LEGO sets release or when they go on clearance? Now, this is an interesting question. I know Mike and Nike is a big fan of LEGO clearance, but I am not, because unless I could find a decent deal online, I suck at finding LEGO clearance. All of my local Walmarts are always out of stock, and Targets, they never have anything, and it is one of the most demoralizing things. I never am able to find anything, and maybe that's because the Brick Whiz goes to my local Walmarts, or relatively local Walmarts, and buys out all the sales.
So apparently Walmart still has some great clearance if people haven't managed to find it yet. If you guys didn't know, I'm an avid collector of friends. This guy retails for $10. Got him for $5.
But maybe that's not it. Maybe I'm just very unlucky.
I actually bought 27 of them.
Now, either way, I am not the best at finding deals, and first off, when you usually do get deals on LEGO sets, you're getting 40% off, maybe you could even get 50% off. It's nothing like absolutely mind-boggling. Like, that's a good number, but that's not mind-boggling, 40% off. And even when you do have that option, a lot of time it's a set that you don't necessarily want, so you're just kind of spending money on something you're like, yeah, I'll take it as it's LEGO, but it's not necessarily something I want. For instance, this Black Friday, Big Lots was running a sale for 50% off all of their LEGOs on Thanksgiving, actually. And, like, I just picked up a bunch of sets. It's not that I particularly wanted this Junior's Batman versus the Joker Batmobile chase. It's just that it was gonna be $15 instead of $30. But with new releases, I feel like you're getting really, really cool stuff. You're getting new stuff, which is always really cool. And stuff that is just coming out for the first time. So, like, you don't have to look at it on shelves for 9 months and then finally get it. Or shelves for, like, a few years and then finally get it. So really, only things like this will be, you know, helpful to Bricklink sellers, but not many other people when you have sales like that. Although I do like it when sets that are about to retire on being on clearance. It's a great rush of energy. Just get that set that's, like, about to retire on a really good sale. Like, that's good, but it's still not nowhere near getting a set first day. And that's why now I'm pretty much at the LEGO store every release day, which is kind of nuts. Next up, we have a question from Gist. With Phase 2 Cody in the LEGO Star Wars Skywalker trailer, if LEGO gave us a minifigure in his set and he came with only one, do you think he would become like a sought-after minifigure in 5 to 10 years? Like the 2013 Captain Rex that is now worth $100. Now, we don't need to say a hypothetical. Like, if Commander Cody appeared in, say, a $30 set, I can give a real-life example right now. And the following of what I'm about to say is not financial or investment advice. This is just a pure point I've observed. So look at a set like the 2011 Mandalorian Starfighter. Pretty cool set. Comes with Obi-Wan Kenobi, a Mandalorian, and of course, that amazing Pre-Vizsla figure. Now, this set has gone on sale for reasonable amounts of prices back then. It went down to like $24, $25. It was very cheap towards the end of its line, and even when it was out, it was $60, $70. The Pre-Vizsla figure that appeared in that set now, on average, goes for close to $150, which is one of the more expensive LEGO Star Wars minifigures. And now we have a near perfect example of the exact same thing going on right now. We get the new LEGO Star Wars Mandalorian Starfighter from the Clone Wars Season 7. It comes with 3 minifigures, Bo-Katan, the Mandalorian Loyalist, and Gar Saxon. Now, while I feel Bo-Katan may be re-released and the Mandalorian Loyalist might not be as coveted, you can literally draw a shot-for-shot recreation of what they did with the Pre-Vizsla minifigure, which is now going for $150, and apply the exact same logic to Gar Saxon. There are a very small amount of sets that Gar Saxon could appear in again, and he is an absolutely amazing figure. And people are obviously going to want to covet him in the next 5 to 10 years like they have with Captain Rex. So it is very easy to foresee that that particular figure will go up in price to like $150 in the very near future, at least in the next 5 to 10 years once the set is retired. So you don't need to go look for an example of a thing that could happen again with a Phase 2 Cody. This is the example. And again, you could go to, say, the 2014 212 Troopers Battle Pack. Those were very common back in 2014, but now every minifigure in it goes for $25 a pop. Which, by the way, is why I think battle packs are overall a better investment. If you had to choose between, say, buying like a Captain Rex back in the day or buying battle packs, you should be choosing battle packs every step of the way. They are ultimately a better investment choice. Because they're smaller in numbers and they're easier to ship, and they're worth way more because there's a much higher coveting for those minifigures. So that 212 battle pack that cost you $12, $15 back in the day, on sale probably close to $10, is now going for $150. And we have our last question today from Tyler Wall. He says, with UCS sets usually having a multiple year shelf life, how long do you think we can expect the Snow Trooper battle pack to stick around? For those wanting to buy the UCS AT-AT, but still want to fill it up with troopers. And this is actually a really good question. Thank you, Tyler. But I don't think that it will stick around longer than most battle packs. The UCS AT-AT is a $800 set. Let me go back in time and reference some other sets real quick. The 2008 Death Star is a set that came out back in 2008. It did not retire until 2014 for it to be eventually remade. Now, the Death Stars are certainly a weird case, so I'll use another, the UCS Millennium Falcon came out back in 2014. Now, keep in mind, I've owned the UCS Falcon for close to 3 years now, and I was worried when I did get it back in 2019, before I got it, that I need to get it soon because I was worried it was going to retire. Lo and behold, the UCS Falcon is still in shelves to this day. It has been on shelves for 6 years now. I believe it is actually retiring at the end of this year, so if that is a set you have wanted for a long time, this is your last chance. You have no excuse if you've been waiting 6 years. If you just saved $10 a month, then you probably could have done it. It probably would have worked out. But anyway, since that set has been on shelves for so long, chances are, unless the UCS AT-AT isn't as popular and selling as well, which I think might be the case, it might only be on shelves a few less years like the current Star Destroyer, which still came out, I believe, in 2017 or 2018, and is also retiring this year. With that being said, the Snowtrooper Battle Pack, I do not think will stay on shelves for much longer than it's supposed to, so maybe it'll stay on shelves for a year and a half, 2 years, but I don't foresee it really staying on any longer than that. So with that being said, wait till they go on sale for $14, $16 and stock up on them then, and then save up for your UCS AT-AT, which you'll have a much longer time to be able to get. Plus, you don't have to worry too much. Snowtroopers are relatively cheap minifigures to begin with. They are not the most popular figure, so you'll always be able to find them for a decent price on the aftermarket, such as Bricklink. With that said, I would like to hear your questions down in the comments below. Use the hashtag AskTheStud to ask your questions. I cannot wait for them all. Maybe ask me some stuff pertaining to the most recent episode of the Book of Boba Fett that's coming out next week. Ask me anything related to Star Wars, life, Lego, and more. With that said, I'll see you all in the next one. Remember to peace out and stay awesome.